Welcome back, guys. Today I'll be doing vertically opposite angles along with perpendicular lines, parallel lines, and when we have parallel lines being cut by a transversal line, how do we find the angles? We look at corresponding angles, alternative angles, and even angle on a straight line. It adds to give us 180. Let's get started. Today I'll be looking at angles. If we have a figure looking like this, where two lines are intersecting and we will have four angles formed. This is one angle that's formed between these two lines, another angle formed between the next two lines, another angle formed between these two lines, and another angle formed between here. Looking at this diagram, we can see that angle D and angle C are vertically opposite angles. That means they are the same. So angle D is the same as angle C. Same case here, these are vertically opposite. So angle A is the same as angle B. So whenever we see two lines intersect, the vertical opposite angles are equal. So two lines intersect, these angles are equal. Let's look at an activity. Now, since I just spoke about vertically opposite, we have two lines intersecting. So I know that if this is 40 degrees, then I know that angle B is also 40 degrees because they're vertically opposite. Also, angle on a straight line adds to give me 180. So this angle plus angle C should give me 180. So it means that angle B plus angle C, when I find the total of this, it should give me 180 because angle on a straight line adds to 180. Please note, you could have used these two because this is a straight line and you can also use that this adds to give me 180. B is 40 degrees, so I'll have 40 being replaced here, and then making C the subject, so I'll carry the 40 over the equal sign, so C is equal to 180 minus 40, so C is equal to 140 degrees. So another example, so we need to find the value of y and x. As you can see, this is the two lines that are intersecting. So I know that if this is 60, vertically opposite angles, so therefore x is equal to 60. Angle on a straight line adds to give me 180. So if this is 60, then to get the value of y, I will say 180 minus 60 degrees, and that will give me 120 degrees. So y is equal to 120. Now you could have used this is 90, but then you'd have to find this part. So it would be 60 plus 90, and that would be 150 minus 180. So that would be 30, and 30 plus 90, that's going to give me 120. And so this is 120 and vertically opposite, so this will also be 120. So any method works. Now, the next thing that we need to look at is the perpendicular line. So this is a perpendicular line where let's call this AB. It intersects the line CD, where it meets at a right angle. And a right angle is 90 degrees. Hence my reason for having this symbol. So since it meets at a right angle, we say this is called a perpendicular line. Now if I have parallel lines, they never meet. So they don't meet at an angle. They're lines that will never meet. The two lines that I have here are parallel, and if you realize the distance between them is constant. So that's what makes it parallel. So it will never meet because the distance between them is constant. It's never going to change. Now, the two lines AB and CD are parallel lines, and these two lines are cut by a third line XY. This line XY is called a transversal line. Now, I'll be labeling here. Let's call this A, B, C, and D. E, F, H, and G. So these represents the angles. Angle D and angle F are known to be alternative angles. So angle D and angle F are known to be alternative angles. Now, it means that these angles will end up being the same. So that's why it's called alternate angles. But that's not the only alternate angle. We also have angle C and E. So C and E, the angles are the same. This is alternate angles. Let's look at the corresponding angle. Angle A and angle E. So this is A and E are considered to be corresponding angle. But in addition to this, we have three other pairs of corresponding angle. Because remember, I have A and E, I also have B and F. Also, angle D is the same as angle H. And finally, angle C is the same as G. So these are corresponding angles where A is the same as E, B is the same as F, D is the same as H, and C is the same as G. Now, we also have exterior and interior angles. So D, C, E, and F, they're called the interior angles, while A, B, H, and G are called the exterior angles. Let's look at an activity. If here is 120 degrees, based on the information I've given, then it means that this is also 120 degrees. And if here is 120, we can see angle on a straight line has to give me 180. So if this is 120, I will just say 180 minus 120. And that will give me 60 degrees. Now, I can do the same thing or just look at it where when two lines meet, the angle facing it are same. So this is vertically opposite. So if this is 120, this is also 120. And if this is 60, then that means right here is 60. We can also look at that this is corresponding angle. So that means if this is 60, right here is also 60. And we can see vertically opposite, or you can see corresponding angle. So this would also be 60 corresponding angles, or angles vertically opposite angles. So I will get 120. Here we have two lines that are parallel. So these two lines are parallel to each other. And the next set, they are parallel to each other. So I'm going to put a double arrow to show that these two are parallel to each other. So we have two pairs of parallel lines. Now I am going to find some unknowns. This is 65 degrees, and I need to find out what is A. So I need to find angle A. I need to find this angle B and also angle C. Now here I am also going to find angle D. Now let's look at finding angle A. Now in order to find angle A, you have to understand the diagram. As you can see, this is a parallel line, parallel to the next one, and this line is parallel to the next one. Now, for the parallel line, you can see these two lines are parallel, and this line can be acted as a transversal line. So we can say that if this is 65, to get the other one, which is angle A, I will have to subtract it from 180. Angles on a straight line adds to give me 180. So 65 plus A will give us 180 degrees. So angle A is equal to 180 minus 65 degrees. So subtracting this, I will get 115 degrees. So this 115 degrees represents angle A. Angle on a straight line adds to give me 180. So right here I'll have 115 degrees. Now I can take into consideration that, transversal line, two parallel lines. So these are corresponding angles for A and D. They correspond. So it means that angle A and angle D are the same. And in this case, since they're the same, because you have the parallel line and the transversal line, because they're the same, it means that D is 115 degrees also. You could find the angle another way, where since I have a parallel line and the transversal line, these are interior angles. So 65 plus D should give me 180. So I can say 180 minus 65 degrees, and that will give me 115 degrees. Just remember, interior angles are between the two parallel lines and the line that is drawn as a transversal line. So here again, we have parallel lines, and this line is acting like a transversal line. So these are two interior angles. So it means this add to give me 180. So 115 degrees plus C will give me 180. So angle D plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So finding out what is angle C, it will be 180 minus the angle. So let me just replace angle D with 115 degrees. Then I carry this over the equal sign, so that's why it becomes 180 minus 115 degrees. So angle C is actually 65 degrees. Remember, I stated that because I have two angles in between two parallel lines, that's why it's interior angle. Now, I can find angle B two ways. This is corresponding to this side, so this is 65 also. Angle on a straight line adds to give me 180. So to find B, angle B will be equal to 180 minus 65 to give me 115 degrees. Another way that I can do this is to look at the fact that the 65 is on a straight line. So angle on a straight line adds to give me 180. So subtracting this from 180, I will get 115 degrees. And then I can say this is corresponding angles. So that means I will get the 115 degrees, which is the same. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.